Welcome to our show. Let's talk food, travel, live squared on Valentine's Day. Best things in life are better with you. I'm your host, Andy Asher, and it wouldn't be complete without a Valentine's greeting from Greta.
Be a little forgiving. Be in the moment a little bit with that person. Give them a chance. Don't just go, okay, there's a casting queue of people waiting to take your place.
Today's guest is my friend, Darla Noble, and a project about what she started with a song called Brighten the Corner Where You Are. She's named it Brighten the Corner Where You Are, about living in your neighborhood and in your community versus just existing. It's about finding friends.
Why is making friends as an adult so damn hard?
The struggle of being accepted. All the while, medical experts tell us that friendship is the most important factor for a long and happy life. We continue our tour of a few islands among hundreds sprinkled across the Georgia Strait off Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, and a temperate climate there with a white shell beach, rolling pastures and forests, and sheer beauty of nature with each island's unique flavor. Today we visit where explorations all begin.
They basically come to explore and get away from the cities and the hustle.
In Mimi's kitchen today, it's chicken piccata. That sounds yummy.
It smells so good. The lemon and all that. It is wonderful.
And Greta shares more thoughts on Valentine's. And we will hear more about a modern romance from Esther Perel and her method for building deeper connection.
And so we start from a place of attraction. You know, am I drawn to you? Am I attracted to you? It's the first thing I think.
I am super excited about this week's show. Being on Valentine's, of course, makes it that much better. More than 10 years ago now, Bloomer Boomer was launched as the Huffington Post for people over 55. Back then, we curated, posted, and shared epic content. Each year, we got better, and we grew with the times. Now, in January of 2023, we started a totally new live stream show available on multimedia platforms everywhere. We called it Let's Talk Food, Travel, Live Squared, and I hope you dive in and join us and like what you see. And at the end of the show, I will tell you 2 ways that you can support it and keep Let's Talk Food, Travel, and Live Squared going. Before we continue our tour of the Gulf Islands, let's check into Mimi's kitchen and her chicken piccata. Mimi, how's it going?
So I got some chicken breast and cut it in two, so to make it thin, pound it and seasoned it with some kosher salt, garlic powder, sweet paprika, and black pepper. So, and you season also your little flour here with the same thing, but don't put a lot of salt. And while my oil is warming up here, I drench my chicken in the flour, take all the excess and go for it. There you go. Alrighty. It smells so good. So while I'm doing this, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get all the other ingredients ready so I can show you how to make the sauce. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Mimi. We will check back again soon. I just got back from a 6-month tour of the Gulf Islands off the Georgia Strait between Vancouver Island and the mainland. I visited one of the best jumping off points along the coast. It's called Campbell River. From a satellite view, it's tremendous and practically endless. From ground level view, just as breathtaking. Within all the natural beauty is a lovely modern community that thrives with a robust industry. Forest-related industry continues to be the major component of the Campbell River local economy, along with commercial fishing, mining, and tourism. Its location makes it an important service center for the northern area of Vancouver Island. Campbell River, calling itself the salmon capital of the world, is famous for the salmon caught in the waters of nearby Discovery Passage. The salmon caught here includes Chinook or king salmon. The region has many fishing lakes and provides numerous outdoor recreation opportunities, all of which have greatly increased tourism over the years. They know how to make tourists feel happy without pouring it on. So what are people looking for? Just the beauty of nature or?
A lot of people come here for the nature. A lot of people come here to be outdoors, which during the summer months is great. There's a lot of water activities, sea activities, biking, hiking, all those things. They basically come to explore and get away from the cities and the hustle.
It didn't take long for me to feel relaxed without stress. It gets better every day. There's one beautiful hiking and biking trail after another. I explored many but settled on one or two, mostly because of proximity from where I was living. Fishing trawlers are coming and going throughout most of the year, whether arriving or returning from an expedition in the waters off Alaska, with full holds of salmon, cod, rockfish, halibut, crab, just to name a few. It's on the east coast of Vancouver Island at the south end of Discovery Passage, which lies along the 50th parallel north along the important Inside Passage shipping route.
My biggest thing is just explore the local downtown areas. Between Comox, Courtenay and Cumberland, we all have a little bit of heritage and a little bit of history, and I think just get into the downtown areas and see what the local shops and the local businesses have to offer.
And if you enjoy oceanfront comfort and great weather, Campbell River is for you. Next week, our tour of the Gulf Islands, it'll continue. Today's guest is a special guest. She's a friend. Darla Noble is someone I have gotten to know and respect over the years, and she is a prolific author of several book series, including Please Pass the Memories, books for young people like The Sneaky Banana Lesson, The Medium-Sized Book of Scavenger Hunts, and so much more. Plus, she finds time to help other authors as a ghostwriter of nonfiction. When she told me about her newest project, I wanted to let others know about it too. It's about making new friends. Mel Robbins talked about it on her podcast.
Why is making friends as an adult so damn hard? What the hell has happened? It's like I feel like the older I get, the more boring I get.
I think all of us have said those words at one time or another. Here's some of my talk with my friend Darla Noble.
One thing I really want to impress upon other boomers is that when you leave and uproot yourself and go to a new location, you might need to be prepared for the fact that making new friends and finding a new circle and group of people is not going to be as easy as you think it's going to be. I mean, you know me, I'm very outgoing. I'm a people person. I serve, I volunteer, I do things, and we're active in our church and all that sort of thing. But where the location we moved to really ended up being a superficially friendly place. And what I mean by that is people were nice, they were polite, but they kept you at a distance because we did not have a history with them the way they had with everyone else. They had friends. They didn't want any more. They didn't need any more friends. Acquaintances were fine. And I dealt with this for about 10 years. And then, and that's a long time, I'm telling you, for somebody especially like me. And about this time last year, Andy, I decided I was done. I was done with that. And I decided that it was time to make my own circle. Instead of trying to insert and become part of someone else's, it was time to make my own circle. And so, long story short, there's this old song that's called Brighten the Corner Where You Are.
Brighten the corner where you are.
Do not wait until some deed of greatness you may do. Do not wait to shed your light afar.
And I hadn't heard that song in 40, 50 years. Seriously.
Yeah.
And one day I heard that song. And I thought, that's it. That is it. So where we now live, which is not the same place we moved to originally when we left home, there were some other people in that new neighborhood. It's a new little community thing, and my husband and I walk a lot. And I had seen these people, several of these people waved, "Hi, how are you? You know, your lawn looks great," that kind of thing. And I reached out to 6 of those ladies. I said, "I want you to come to my house, X date at X time for tea and strawberry shortcake, and I just have some things I want to visit about." And so I told them and 5 of the 6 came. The other one could not come because she had a commitment with her daughter. And I said, "Look," I said, "I'm tired of just being here." I said, "I'm tired of being here. I can't do this. We are not meant to be lone rangers in life. People are meant to be relational. And so I'm going to brighten my corners right where I am, and I want to know if you want to help me." And so they're like, "Oh my gosh, yes." And so we've started doing things in our community, in our neighborhood, with each other, for each other, and we have made our own circle. We have at times tried to expand it, been rejected, been accepted, but we're doing great things in our little community and in our neighborhood, and we have grown so close just in these 10 months that it is just incredible. And so that's life squared. You have to come full circle, and you have to decide what it is you want, and then you have to make it happen. I love to get together with people and to share.
It's always a pleasure, Darla. I'm really glad that we
You too.
got to connect early in the year.
Yeah, me too, Andy. It's always great to visit with you.
Thanks again.
Thanks again. Thanks. See you later.
New friends and Valentine's Day go together well. Let's see what's going on in Mimi's kitchen.
Hello, I'm back. So now it smells so good. The lemon and all that. It is wonderful. So now I am ready to put my chicken back. Okay. Just like that. Oh, it smells so good. And then you can put your lemons on top so to make it all nice. You do that. And don't forget about all the nice juices. Don't waste them. Here you go. Now, let it simmer. Voila. So my chicken is ready. I just added some parsley, chopped parsley. And it's gonna be ready to eat. Today, I wanted to make it with the pasta, serve it over pasta, but changed my mind to some cannellini beans and sauteed spinach. So that's how we're gonna eat it today. So, until next time, later.
Thank you, Mimi. We'll see you again next week for another great time in your kitchen. Greta and I have recently been chatting about Valentine's and finding romance. Modern day Dr. Ruth Westheimer, Esther Perel has a lot to say about romance.
It is a recent development. It's for most of the people here, this is not their grandparents' stories.
But for the purposes of Valentine's Day, I'm going to suggest that people be a little kind and a little gentle to, if they're going on a date, be a little forgiving if the guy isn't like totally perfectly socially adept. Give a break if the woman shows up and maybe her dress is a little caught in her underwear. Be a little forgiving. Be in the moment a little bit with that person. Give them a chance. Don't just go, okay, there's a casting queue of people waiting to take your place. Be a little more present to who they are as a human being, and be a little nicer. And this is coming from me. I'm like, come on, I'm wearing a red hat with a feather on it. I'm obviously crazy. But, you know, it's just an important thing to do.
I wish you a happy Valentine's.
And back to you, Andy, with my friend. In fact, I decided for Valentine's Day this year, I am going to speak with a French accent. It makes me so much more saucy and attractive.
Thank you, Greta. And thank you so much for tuning in to Let's Talk Food Travel Live Squared. If you enjoyed this episode or you learned something new, I want to tell you 2 ways you can support the show and keep Let's Talk Food, Travel, Live Squared going. Number 1, get yourself subscribed. Every week I am bringing on the influencers and the people who can teach you something or have something interesting to share. So take a moment to hit that subscribe button. And number 2, this is the ultimate way to support Let's Talk Food, Travel, Live Squared, and it takes less than a minute. You can write something short and sweet like, I love this show, it has changed your life, or something you learned from it. I am not exaggerating that I read reviews every day, and every single one, whether short or long, it means everything to me. And the more reviews means the higher we rank on the algorithms, which means bigger guests. So take a minute to leave a review. I am eternally grateful. And thank you so much for supporting this show. I will see you again next Tuesday for another episode of Let's Talk Food, Travel, Live Squared.